We have a U.S. Army Master Sergeant which goes off what I would call a deep end and makes a spicy stance on why the U.S. Army perception and public image might not be the best, and he makes this TikTok right here.
Hey, good morning. Master Sergeant Roth here. I wanted to take a quick moment and talk about the increase in negativity of perception towards the U.S. Army. It's no secret that recruiting is hitting an all-time low. Some are even saying a historic low. And I'd like to bring to your attention that I think largely we are to blame, and those that came before us. I see video after video of people trashing the Army, trashing their leadership, people that have gotten out talking poorly about the Army today. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, you're a 17-year-old kid and you're interested in the military, interested in the Army, and you hop on Mill Talk and you start scrolling through. What kind of image are we presenting of the Army? We are presenting an image of a toxic, horrifically organized organization with no standards whatsoever and full of non-professional complainers. I would encourage you to think about the ripple effects of your messages on this platform.
You guys heard that straight here from the horse's mouth. He said that the soldiers or the veterans that are getting out are professional complainers. And some of the hate that he's received off of that initial TikTok, which by the way he has taken down, is now being reposted over on Reddit, and people are going after him like 1,000 paper cuts. Here's what they have to say. Cromsies93 says, over in the UK, we have a Facebook page called Fill Your Boots. It mainly is banter page, but from time to time, it calls out toxic leadership or highlights a problem. And says, every single time, the hierarchy of the unit that's involved in one of the above posts puts more effort into finding out who sent the post and punishing than actually fixing the problem that was highlighted to begin with. Not all units are like that, but sadly, more than enough of them are. Uncle Redleg writes, this is proof that just because someone gets promoted does not mean they're smart. It is so infuriating that the default course of action when it becomes understood that current and former service members are speaking ill of an organization is to blame the service members for their comments instead of trying to fix the problems that are being complained about. Toxic leaders, don't chapter them out. Tell the service members to stop complaining. Barracks full of mold and maintenance, civilians never fix anything. Don't fire the contractors. Tell the service members that things really aren't that bad. Instead of viewing the complaints as problems, these ass clowns need to adopt servant leadership style and fix the effing problems. And he makes this TikTok kind of addressing it, which put me at check before I just pounced on this.
Hey, good morning, TikTok. Master Sergeant Roth here. Good Monday morning to you. Hope you have a great, powerful, and productive week. The point of this video today is to ask for some more caution, a word of caution. We are so fast to rush to judgment, quick to slap a label on for anything that we see. For example, I've had many people come onto my TikToks and hear one video about where I'm talking about something passionate like a positive perception of the Army or telling the whole story. They look at one 60-second video and leave ridiculous comments like, I would never want to be in your chain of command. I would never want you as a leader. You know, you're terrible. You're probably a crappy father. I mean, just ridiculous off of a 60-second clip. If you can deduce the life and quality of a person to a 60-second video, I feel very bad for you. So instead, before you render judgment on someone, perhaps view a few more videos, take your time, think about it before making your.
All right, Master Sergeant, I have taken a moment and I've looked at your account and I've kind of made other judgments, but I will say this. I understand his perspective of the fact that we should not just be putting negative stuff out there. Obviously, that is kind of what a lot of my channel has been encompassing because there has been so much of an outcry. Now, obviously, this has given a voice to a lot of people. And what's sad is I feel like when things are put out there, whether this be to a meme page on Instagram, to Reddit, or whatever else, a lot of leadership out there does a lot of reactive, measures to try and get people in trouble for, I guess, leaking this information or publishing it. And to be honest, there have been people that have gone through the proper channels that have been silenced, and that's what I've covered here. But I also try and balance that out on this channel as well and say there are two sides to every coin, right? But let's also be honest with this, Master Sergeant. Let's put this perspective. Can we all be wrong? I'm just saying that, yes, there is a lot of great out there, but these instances, we need to weed this out of the military. These types of instances that are toxic, that are bad, that people are not doing what they're supposed to, the level of accountability, all these other things. I mean, even if you look at this situation, you can look at Stuart Scheller, which has talked about this recently and made this post on his Instagram.
You would think a young American would want to raise their right hand, support and defend the Constitution, and have trust in our senior military leaders. But our senior military leaders have demonstrated through action that we can't trust them. And you would be naive to think that a young American isn't getting online, going on the internet, and seeing all the missteps that we can clearly see of our senior military leaders.
So as you can see from that, we have people all across the spectrum here, from officers, enlisted, everybody looking at why is recruiting so low. And honestly, there are so many factors, you can't just narrow this down to one. But he does make a response to a lot of the haters, this Master Sergeant does, and this is what he has to say.
Hey, good morning, Mill Talk. Master Sergeant Roth here. Hope you're having a great start to your holiday weekend. A couple of my videos have been getting a lot of attention, and I just wanted to jump on here to hopefully clarify that I am in fact not blaming veterans for the recruiting shortage. Let me be very clear on that. What I am asking for, or what I had asked for on the last video, maybe poorly, was that please consider the impact in that. Tell the good with the bad. If you had a bad experience, that's fine. That's fair. Tell the world about it. If you think you got a suggestion, tell the world about it. If you just hate it, okay, I got it. But the Army isn't all bad, okay? So just tell the good with the bad. It's still life-changing. There's still a ton of benefits. You still make lifelong friends. But yes, there are some areas where we can improve. Yes, there are toxic leaders. I'm not trying to minimize anybody's negative experience at all. What I am trying to do is promote a positive view of the Army, because a recruiting shortage doesn't help anything, in my opinion. So be safe, be careful, keep saying your message.
And to be honest, he's not wrong in this circumstance where he's like, if we have less people, that only makes the job even more difficult. So I understand, by just continuously bashing it doesn't make it better, but I agree that he could have probably had a better approach as far as having a balanced view of this. Now, when I look at this, there are multiple things that I've wanted to cover as to why the shortage is here. You have to look at the past 2.5 years. You had people that were in lockdown where the military exercised control beyond what you've ever seen before in a garrison time period. Now, honestly understood, yes, if you're deployed, you can't go wherever you want to go. You got to do this or that, follow these certain rules. But when you get back home, there's usually like a decompression. You can actually, enjoy your family. We just spent 2.5 years of mission first. You can't even see your neighbor. On top of that, we have people that are out there that are like, hey, these new recruits are getting $25,000 to $50,000, but the people that are staying in, of course, they're going to say all the bad things. They're like, hey, man, that $25,000, $50,000 isn't even worth it. And now they're going to sit there and say, I'm not even getting that. If they offer that to me today, I wouldn't stay. We also have a lot of things to look at the cultural perspective, because there hasn't been a lot of transparency, as has been noted on this channel across media and other things like that, where people are demanding that now. And then you also have to look at the economy and all these other different, businesses that are out there that are like, we'll hire you for $15, $18 an hour to flip a burger. You're also going to get college, and you're going to get healthcare benefits and stuff like that. And really, when you look at retirement, a lot of that has gone away, and reality is that some of this is dwindling down. Let me know what you guys think of some of the issues with the military are, and other reasons why the next generation doesn't want to come in. Obviously we could go down a massive list here, but is there a reason why you're not staying, or a reason why you're not joining, or whatever else, from the perspective of someone about to join, someone that's already in, or somebody that's a veteran? Give me all those sides, give me all those perspectives, because there's a lot to peel back on this onion. But if you guys have other topics or videos you'd like to hear, please hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or Instagram down in the comments below. I do want to get to 20,000 Instagram followers. Please head over there. I'm trying to make more new stuff come out there on short form content as well. I would appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you guys. Peace.